What is going on, Panthers Nation? Carolina Dad here, your host of the Two Growls, One Roar podcast. Welcome in, folks. Hey, I think I've almost got my audio fixed. Still using AirPods for this episode, but that's okay. Gonna get this thing sorted out. We're gonna get this nice blue microphone back in action before you know it, and it'll help your ears, it'll help my production, and all that fun stuff. Hey, folks, I'm here today to talk about and show you the updated depth chart following free agency. And now I know maybe another transaction or two to come through for the Panthers, but let's go ahead and dive into the updated depth chart, take a look at what's changed. I want to get your thoughts on, did we improve? Did we get worse? Let's do it. All right, y'all. So shout out to ourlads.com. They have the most up-to-date chart that I could find out there. I know ESPN and the Panthers are still putting theirs together. This one, and me personally, but this does the work for me, which I truly appreciate. So let's talk about it. I'm already like out of the gate. Maybe things shift here a little bit, but have some questions about this. So today they've got the strong or X wide receiver is Deontay Johnson. I would agree with that. Slot wide receiver is Adam Thielen, and the Z is Jonathan Mingo. Actually, I think that's okay. I don't know what I was just looking at. I think I was looking at Terrace Marshall Jr. and jumping the gun. Yes, that makes sense. I still think the Panthers draft who they draft and what position. I mean, Adam Thielen's here for another year. You've got Amir Smith Marset behind him, more of your slot receiver. We've got David Moore, who was brought over. I know there's a few guys that were, on the practice squad that we may look at. I think Terrace Marshall will eventually get cut or moved. Now, we could be totally surprised. We could go into camp and have this thing unfold. And Canales says, you know what, I really like him. I think there's potential. Let's keep him. But as it sits today, I think that makes sense. And I should highlight on here the darkish green teal color are new players on the roster. So breaking down, I mean, out of the gate, if we're talking about like new additions, did we get better? Did we get worse? Mingo and Thielen stay the same. We'll see what we end up doing in the draft. Deontay Johnson, absolutely an upgrade at the X position. No doubt about it. That's not a knock on DJ Chark, not a knock on any of the guys that were here last year. That's an upgrade, folks. Now, moving into the offensive line, we have Ike Ekwonu. No, Icky, good old left tackle. Left guard, Damian Lewis from Seattle. Austin Corbett moved to center. Robert Hunt, your new right guard, and Taylor Moton, right tackle. Stout, strong, beefy, bulky offensive line to help Bryce Young. Ike Ekwonu, we didn't replace him. So for now, we'll say things stay the same. Hopefully they get better. Damian Lewis, absolutely an upgrade at the left guard position. And again, that's not a knock on any of the folks on the team right now. Robert Hunt, I'm sorry, skipped over Austin Corbett. Austin Corbett moving to center over Bradley Bozeman. I'll say that's to be determined. I don't know if that's an upgrade yet. To be determined, TBD there. Still think we may draft. Robert Hunt, yes, right guard, upgrade, no doubt about it. Taylor Moton, solid, steady. And I feel confident about him. Josh Niesman, the swing tackle, I think from a depth perspective, goodness, yes. Nash Jensen, I don't know yet. Cade Mays, I think he's going to get, he could potentially be gone. Chandler Zavala, still to be determined as well. And Brady Christensen. Brady's a very solid backup if he still is a backup and remains here on the team. And I hope he is, because he's a really good player, battled some injuries. His folks are connected. I don't know who with me on X, and I do appreciate that. I always appreciate fans or players or connections that reach out. Try to be respectful as I can for these players and families. Now you go down the list, and I've talked about it, but look at, we're probably going to carry 9, 10. 10's a lot. It's probably 9. You got Ricky Lee, DiRenzo, Manning, Traore, a lot of these guys that are going to be on the bubble. And I'm going to do my training camp prediction after the draft, or I guess after we get to our 90-man roster. Still a little bit early to do that. I think we'll have a good idea. Tight end, still looking for that Swiss Army knife, right? That's what Dave Canales said. We have Tommy Tremble, though, leading the way right now. Ian Thomas, Steven Sullivan, and some of your, again, practice squad guys. Everything stayed the same. I mean, I guess if you technically remove Hurst, I'd say, yes, this is an upgrade. I don't know that you call it an upgrade because of the amount of time that Hurst missed, but I think it's okay. I still would love a playmaking tight end, and as Canales, said, a Swiss Army knife. Quarterback position, I'm sure some folks will say no. Bryce Young, yes. That's easy. Andy Dalton backup. Did hear news that as far as the third backup on this roster, it is likely going to be a veteran. So not, a rookie or a younger undrafted guy that's going to come in and needs time to develop. So good news there. Running back room, Chuba Hubbard officially running back 1, Miles Sanders behind him, and Raheem Blackshear. And then we've got our other group of practice squad guys, Boone, Spencer Brown, Tariq Cohen. Solid running back room. I really hope, and I tweeted this out, that Miles Sanders figures it out. I hope he figures it out this season, and maybe with a better offensive line, an offensive line that isn't down to the second or third guard on the inside and constantly changing week after week, that we will find something. That's your updated offense, folks. I like it. I like it a lot. Defense. Did the defense get better, or did the defense get worse? I want to say better. I want to say better right now. So we have Derek Brown, Shy Tuttle, and Ashawn Robinson across the defensive front. Derek Brown, all pro in my opinion, but Pro Bowler, check. Shy Tuttle, stout on the interior there at the nose tackle position. And Ashawn Robinson, run stopper. So a lot of things you're going to hear about this rebuilt team on the defensive side of the ball is their ability to stop the run, or should be their ability to stop the run in this 3-4. A lot of guys that can do that. At the outside linebacker position, Jadeveon Clowney. That's an upgrade. I mean, almost anything you bring in here, absolutely an upgrade. Run stopper. I don't know that you're going to get a ton of sacks. So I'd love for it to happen, but not sure that'll be the case. TJ Wonnum, right outside linebacker. Well, I guess, depends on how they flip this, but that's fine. Compared to Burns, I think to be determined. Another TBD. I know if I come out here and say he is an upgrade over Burns, people lose their mind, but then we get into the season, we'll see. I think you're going to have this competition, although it's, Wonnum said he's not going to have a competition, but there's going to be this competition there, at least fans monitoring the production of Burns compared to DJ and what that looks like. Whether that's right or not, I can't tell you, but it's going to happen. Inside the linebackers, Shaq Thompson, Josie Jewell. You're comparing Josie to Frankie Luvu, that is. And I don't know that he's an upgrade. I think he is maybe a drop off, but I'm not going to knock him at all. Shaq Thompson, hopefully going to be healthy. I think that's the biggest question mark there. Is he going to be healthy and available? JC Horn, I mean, you could take that same sentence. Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be available? What is he going to look like? Oh, man. So you have him, Xavier Woods, back again, steady. Jordan Fuller coming over from the Rams. Hard to tell if he's an upgrade over Bell just yet. Dane Jackson in Buffalo, or coming from Buffalo, the other cornerback. And then Troy Hill, your nickelback. From the depth side, like just looking across, Raekwon Williams, Nick, that I'm starting over here on the line, Nick Thurman, LeBrian Ray. Think that whole group, the six of those guys, are going to be good. Possibly one cut, and maybe picking someone up through the draft. We also have Clavon Chasen, former first round talent that's going to be competing with Barno, Leoto, TJ Johnson, Luigi, all those guys to get reps. It should be a fun and exciting time in training camp. We got a lot of outside linebackers this year. Inside, we got some work to do. I really liked Claudin Cherilus. And we didn't see a lot from him, but he was a rookie last year. Chandler Wooten and Tay Davis. Tay Davis, shout out to Tay Davis. Re-signed with the team. Again, he bounced around. He came over about halfway through the season last year. Big special teams guy. And with the change to the rules on special teams, hey, I'll take it. Cornerback room, we have Boodle, Lamar Jackson, practice squad, not the Lamar Jackson, and Deshaun Jameson right now. Solid. Still think we need to draft. Still need to draft a cornerback in AJ Parker. Backing up, safety, we have Jamie Robinson, again, draft pick from last year, Sam Franklin Jr., but he's more special teams, Alex Cook. There's also some action, and Nick Scott. Bada bing, bada boom, eh? Teams rounded out. It's early, man. I'd say offense, absolutely an upgrade. Defense, I'm going to lean over the edge and say, yeah, it is going to be a little bit better, and it's only because of the depth. The depth that is on this team now, heading into the year, I do lean towards having a better roster. Special teams, Hecker, Pinheiro, Jansen, check. Feel good about those guys. Punt return is going to be Amir Smith-Marset. Raheem Blackshear managing kick returns. Those are your guys. And still, I talked about this on the other list, but just available free agents or free agents that are still out there in the market. And let's take a look at our, again, updated staff. General Manager Dan Morgan, we know Brant Hillis involved as well. Dave Canales, Brad Idzik, Ejiro Evero, Tracy Smith, special teams. Folks, that is your updated Carolina Panthers roster. I'd be curious to know what you think about this team. Is this team getting better? I think they are. I've started the optimism train that I've talked about. It's here, folks. Again, I'm not going to jump out and give a crazy prediction on a record, but I do like where this team is going. And if we can just have a year of stability where truly the front office is not breathing down the neck of our staff, of our players, trying to influence every decision, even draft picks or anything like that, if we can let this thing ride out the way it is, I think we could shock a lot of folks. I do. I have high belief that the Panthers can shock. That is, again, not me predicting a winning record or anything like that. But I can see the Panthers being a competitive football team and a much better team. Because like I said, year over year, things change, folks. They absolutely do. So anyways, folks, this is Carolina Dad. Hope y'all have a great one. See y'all.